going to expose the corruption of bailed out companies and how they screw us over in the age of AI. That's the topic of this Friday Night Live. I missed you guys. I hope you all are doing well. Again, Happy New Year, and I hope you are watching my deep dive neuroscience, practical neuroscience videos. And this Friday night, as always, we will continue with our critical analysis of the world events, predictions, and the news. And I hope that together we can discuss, and I hope we can make you aware of the things that are happening around us. And this video will surprise you. This video will surprise you because no one is not even, forget about talking about this. People are not even aware of what's going on. And of course, as always, I am the one experiencing this in real life for whatever the heck reason, maybe because that I can do these videos for you. But this is serious stuff. And I don't know if you know, follow me on LinkedIn. I get invited to speak on conferences about responsible AI, ethical AI, and data safety and security, which I'm doing for 25 years and implementing for the last 13 years, and being a tech person since the late 90s. So I have really deep dive information and knowledge of that, and plus because I'm using it also daily for 13 years and implementing, and with the training of data security and safety for patients, of course, and in research. So that's why I can talk a great deal about this. But also here, what is happening in real life is that, and that's what brings me to this video, so that I can expose these companies to all of you. And this video will serve, as always, as a documentary of what's going on, so that you please, guys, like this video, share this video, spread the word hype if their hype is open, so that this word and this awareness can be spread. And if this is not the time to call your representatives and to make the Congress aware, I don't know when is the time. This is the time. It's now. And it is getting worse, okay? So we will talk a lot about other stuff that's happening. And as you all know, since last year, February 16, 2025, whatever I predicted is happening right now. Didn't I say the civil war is coming? Upheaval of people? Yep, I told you all about that, right? Go back and watch those videos. So, and today I want to talk about the companies Robinhood, Fidelity Investments, PayPal, HostGator, Verizon, and Square. 6 companies. These are the companies that I literally have experienced in detail situations, and imagine how many more companies are out there. Now we'll tell you exactly what they're doing. So what they're doing is, number one, they are, if you call them, right? If you call them, you notice these large, gigantic companies who have been bailed out by this government, right? And they all are bailed out, these gigantic companies. And they are, if you call them, if you see, and that's my education here, right here, if you see on the website, number one, there's no longer any customer service information, help, or anything like this. Number one, that's how you know, which I'm about to tell you what that means. So number one is if you don't see any kind of contact information, no email or no send us an email or submit your question or anything submitting, there's nothing available. That's number one. Number two is when they say customer service 24/7, these are all indication that number one is these companies are using cheap labor as their customer service from offshores, Philippines, from and overseas, and Latin America, like Colombia. Okay, these, and I tell these countries because I asked them about them. And guess what? They were hesitant to say it. Number one, how do you know? They have extremely lack of English. They are, when they respond to you, they respond with sir, ma'am, sir, dash, ma'am. That's a typical Asian, far Asian or Asian type of language. That's how you know. And if you get them on the phone, they literally, which I've never seen my entire life, anything like this, for 2 hours, and I kid you not, for 2 hours, they let you on and on and on and on the phone for 2 hours. They ask you to repeat and repeat and repeat over and over again the scenario, the situation, the issue, what have you, and they repeat back to you or ask you again and over. They just dance around the issue, so they will never solve your problem. And the other point is, there is no, usually in the past you would say, I want to talk with a manager. That's it. I want to talk with a manager. Of course, because it's overseas, there is no manager. And these companies are United States companies. So basically, the United States companies that are bailed out by United States government, they using cheap labor and they dance around. There's no manager, no accountability, no problem solving, no technical problem solving, no nothing. Zero. And they all call themselves experts, right? Customer service expert or technical expert or what have you. These are all lies, and they all are played within this system. The other thing is that when you go into the customer or help page, you will see that there is the chatbot. Okay, there's a chatbot, and that's AI. And there is, and be careful, never, ever submit anything to that, okay? So not only that it doesn't work, because it's a robot, yeah, it's an agent, basically, AI agent, and it was trained to direct you to the, I don't know, a page, a blog, or what have you. And number two, even if you say and keep saying agent, they may or may not connect you to an agent. But then if they ask for your phone number, your first name, last name, email, click out, click off. Don't ever provide this information within these type of chatbots, okay? Also, when these type of offshores, overseas, Latin America, these types of customer service representatives ask for your most sensitive information to confirm your account, stop it, don't give it. Click off and insist of a manager. And what they do when you do that, they will end that comment and insist for opening a ticket and insist for the number of it. Then what happens is the next day or so, they just escalated to United States, and then someone in the United States, even within the United States, they are sold out. Basically, they are giving to, I don't know, companies or cheap labor into not in other states. For example, a California company, which is Robinhood, is a California company, but they customer service is in Colombia. And when you even ask them, they are hesitant to say that. And when they ask for your most sensitive information, why would they hesitate to say where they are located? Right? How can I trust my most sensitive information? And I will get to that, what they want from you, okay? And this is also what they're doing are also illegal, okay? And then they when you squeeze them, they say, okay, I'm in Colombia. But then when you insist and persist that you wanted to speak with a manager within 2 hours of conversation, then what they do, another person from Florida, apparently a manager in Florida, okay, these are again outsourced companies, outsourced individuals or contractors that have nothing to do with the company. And these are cheap labor, cheap contractors. These are absolutely 100% not employees. So basically, these large companies have no employees, okay? Their employees are the minimalist, even probably completely fired and displaced, right, and laid off, but they are now doing all of these contractor as their customer service representatives. It's unreal, guys. It's so unreal. So basically, I highly encourage you, if you have money in Robinhood, get it out immediately. And what they're doing also, now they are, and that's very, very dangerous stuff. So they are using, and this is what we also know about the United Healthcare, right? The United Healthcare insurance company who has automated rejection of claims, right? Automated rejection of claims, which led to all of the disaster, what we know in the news, right? However, the same applies to that I have experienced for PayPal 2 years ago, not even now. PayPal was one of the first adopters of those, like the United Healthcare, right? So like insurance companies blocking and dismissing all the claims automatically because it's AI. And PayPal 2 years ago was again out of nowhere, and I have all the screenshots, and I know for a fact, even it wasn't even a thing at that time, that AI was not even so much talked about. But then I knew it was a robot. I knew it because it didn't take a second to respond to any email that I send a message to, and I know it wasn't automated, and it sounds like a human, but it's not. So it was very, very highly educated, highly trained, basically not educated, but highly trained AI. So it sounds like a human as somebody because at that time, as I said, the AI wasn't so common that we thought, okay, this is probably AI. But it was because I knew it didn't take a second to write me that email as a response. And my account was blocked, like literally frozen out of nowhere for no reason. There was absolutely no reason. And I, for 1 year, tried to reinstate because I missed so many customers who wanted to do purchasing, and it didn't go through, and it was a hot mess, and I missed so many clients and customers and sales because of this. And no one was ever taken responsibility. It took me 1 year to fight with them. I don't know how many emails I sent, how many phone calls I made, and all of them, they said, okay, we will send this to the back office to research, what have you, with real humans. See, that's how they also literally say to you, with real humans, right? Meaning, indeed, these are robots declining, blocking, and unfairly, unjustly freeze your account for no reason, flag your account for no reason. And then every time I would call, they would say, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. Meaning I have zero power over AI. I have zero power over whatever the system does. And this is the insanity that I have been talking about for the last 2 years, and now everywhere in the conferences and LinkedIn and all that stuff. Because the severity, and there are so many big mouths in on LinkedIn, yeah, like the big, wannabe influencer, wannabe expert, AI, let me push more AI content so that I be seen as an expert. These people are living under the rock either, or living, I don't know, in whatever planet, but they do not live in the day-to-day, or they are so unaware and zero understanding of tech, so that they don't even realize what's going on behind the scenes. So what I'm telling you here is, when my PayPal was flagged and I was fighting for 1 year to open this, because I literally couldn't do any sales, and I missed so many opportunities because of that. And how I was even aware of it, because thankfully my customers say, here, I want to do this, and they were so nice and kind enough to email me and say, here, I had this problem, instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna go. And this is how I was even aware that something wasn't right with my PayPal. Can you believe it? And so, and then I had some things that was in there, there's back in 2020, and let me not go into that anyway. So what happened was, I was forced to take all the money and everything out of that account that I owned, that I had, that I ever was in there, and close that account and open a new one. And what they said to me was, even if you would open a new account, you are already flagged, and this will hinder that account too. I was like, excuse me? I have this this is my main core PayPal, and I have this for, I don't know, 19 years, 18 years. You've got to be kidding me. And so then and I was really forced to do things to open my account that I was not comfortable doing. And I did it. And the next call I made, I said, okay, here, I did this, now is it open? And do you know what they said to me? There's absolutely nothing wrong with your account. I was like, excuse me? They said, yeah. Don't you see any blocking or flagging or anything? Nope. I was like, what? Then what about the new PayPal account I had to open? There's also nothing wrong with it. I was like, are you insane? Like, what are we doing here? I mean, guys, this is so serious that I just cannot even describe to you the damage that they are causing you with zero accountability. and zero track even. This is so scary, guys. This is so scary. Now, the same now with Robinhood. So I had a Robinhood account. I have a Robinhood account since 2020. And that was my very first, and I had a video about like I had in the beginning a lot in 2020, a lot of like investment type of videos, which I found it so fascinating that I finally learned how to do investments and all that, right? Like the ETFs and the stocks and all that. I was like, I thought in a million years I would never understand. And I sincerely never understood that stuff. But out of nowhere in 2020, I was just literally it was falling into my lap, and I started to do a lot of research, a lot of education, a lot of learning, and I did have all of my blocks and sheets. I was writing and all of the analysis, and I found it so fascinating, the investment, and I'm so pissed that did I not start investment earlier, sooner, when I was younger. It is so fun, honestly, to do investment, to do investment and stuff like that. So that I started to just play around a little bit, tiny bit, of course, not large numbers, obviously, but like a small, like to get the heck of it, like how to do investment here and there. Actually, believe or not, I am actually pretty good at this. So the way I'm of course, I mean, as I said, I do tons of research, tons of analysis and all that, so that I'm never risk anything, okay? And so I've done a pretty good job in that. But then I have to say that it was also has become my kind of, I would say, the account that I can also pay my bills and so on. So I could, sell, and then I can pay my bills. I was basically using it also for that purposes, right? Especially recently. And then out of nowhere, my account, and I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't get my money out of the account, so that I literally was stuck, and I have been now flagged out of no reason, and from a US company to a US person that was giving all the information that IRS has. And I cannot believe that out of nowhere my account was flagged also with these AI robots, okay? Guess what? What they want is now, I just cannot even describe to you how insane this is. They now want your identification with biometric data. You got to be kidding me, right? Like, your biometric data is, after your genetic data, the most important data that only the government has and should have. That's it. Like, how dare you to even ask me for my most sensitive information? And this company has also outsourced the customer service to Latin America, to Colombia. And on the phone, which I was fine, got somebody to the phone, asking me my most sensitive information over the phone. And then guess what? They said, you need to send these information via email. It was like, excuse me? Via email? All of my most sensitive data information? I don't even feel comfortable to talking to you on the phone. I don't even know what's happening where my data is. I don't even know who you are. In Latin America, like my most sensitive information is flying to another country into Latin America. Like, you got to be kidding, right? And for 1 hour, more than an hour, again, these are holding you on the phone for hours. And they tell me that even they try to trick me, believe it or not, me, can you imagine? They tried to trick me. You got to be kidding, right? They try to say, okay, you know what? I said, listen, you need to ask me any questions and I will give you the information so that you open my account. Okay? I need you to open my account because I need to pay my bills. It's my money. I don't have access to my own money. Can you believe it? And then he tried to trick me into, oh, you know what? When you give me your information over the phone, I can confirm. I don't even feel comfortable, but okay. To ask me. He's like, no, you have to do biometric. I'm not going to give you my biometrics. You are not the federal government. I'm not giving you a company like Robinhood who sells all of our information to overseas or to offshores or to Latin America. And even, you know what he said to me? He said, he said, where are you located? Where are you located? He said, you're from, where are you located? You're not in the United States. Where are you located? He's like, like, why are you not telling me? He's like, overseas. I was like, which country? He's like, why can you not say it? That was so bizarre. And I catched him on that. I said, why would you not say to me, which country are you located? And you are asking me for most sensitive information. You cannot even tell me from which country you are located in. And he said, Latin America. I said, which country? Which country? And he said, Colombia. I said, listen, Latin America and Colombia is not overseas. That's not overseas. I don't think you understand what overseas means. So even then, this person, I said, okay, you ask me questions and I will give, listen, let's finish this here. I need access to my money. You ask me questions. I will tell you, okay, my first name, last name, what have you, and you will open this. And he tricked me into trying to make me believe that what my information is wrong. He's like, no, sorry, that's wrong. You need to submit your biometric data. I was like, are you actually a joke? Like, are you kidding me? You tell me about my information, which I persist that I don't want to share with you because of the sensitive information. And I, regardless, gave this to you, and you tell me, you try to trick me into that's wrong, and I'm supposed to believe you so that you can persist and insist on my biometric data? Are you insane? saying? Like, don't you understand how ridiculous this is? How can I even trust you now from all the lies and you trying to trick me into that? Do you see this? I was like, I don't care. I want to speak to the manager. You need to escalate this to a manager, full stop. Yeah, okay. And the manager, of course, is from Florida, emails me and said, yeah, you have to do biometric data. I was like, okay. And immediately, of course, I submitted complaints to the FTC. Because, like, fraud. This is fraud. This is, how do I know where my data is going? And also, this is like illegally withholding my money. You have absolutely no right for that. This is an easy court case. And I wrote this big letter saying that, okay, tonight. Now, the other thing I want to talk, and then I will end this here, is Verizon. I mean, and by the way, Fidelity Investments, the same, okay? They have overseas, offshore, or whatever the heck, because it says right there, and I post this on LinkedIn, it says customer service 24/7. That's overseas. That's offshore. That's not United States. That's customer service outsourced. Be very, very cautious if you trying to confirm. In the past, few years ago, you had such a phenomenal customer service at Fidelity. Now you can't reach a real person. And when they try to confirm your data, your account, this information goes to offshores overseas or what have you. Especially with these finance accounts, be very, very, very cautious. Call your representatives immediately. Particularly, Senator Warren is one of these finance FTC kind of person. So even if she's not your senator, I mean, say this to your senator or your representatives, but also include Senator Warren, because at least she can bring this up in the Senate. The more people are there, right? And Verizon, with that nationwide outage, which I was affected, also again, everything happens to that I've been experiencing. Why me? For heaven's sake, I want to have a peaceful life. Enough already. I couldn't work for the whole day because right now I am using Verizon and I am a customer of Verizon for more than a decade, almost 15 years or something. And I'm using Verizon hotspot for work, okay? That's all my internet on my phone. And I couldn't work the whole day, and phone calls, no SMS, no internet. It was so horrendous. Like, it was almost like in a war zone or something. God forbid. It was so bizarre, so weird. And I first didn't understand what's happening. I had so many phone calls to make, messages to send, and emails, and oh my God, I couldn't even research what happened because I had no internet. So the next day was a deadline for a $25,000 grant application for a cancer organization. And I couldn't even work. So I knew something was off. I knew there was something fishy, and even the FBI for last year was begging United States, people in the United States, not to send out text messages because it's being hacked and listened to, okay, from other countries. So there was this gigantic warning by the FBI the whole year, last year. So I knew there was something fishy, but they said, oh, we have no idea what this is about. I knew there was something going on here tech-wise. Then, and they said, oh, I'm sorry, we have no idea what this is. That was the only sentence they sent, and that they sent out on X. Who reads X? Nobody. Not me. I just saw it from the news articles, citing from that one sentence quote. Okay. Now, today, when, yesterday, when then everything opened, right? There's actually in the evening, it was opened, that day's evening was opened, and I had to be another place to work, and my schedule was completely destroyed. My brain was like a washing machine, like I felt like, it was horrendous. Then they said, oh, I'm sorry, this was a technical problem. Then I knew it was AI, and I will tell you exactly why. And we are so sorry that it would disturb. We let our customers down. And as a thank you, and I'm so sorry, we are giving you every person $20. And I saw in the news that like people, excuse me, $20? This is a joke. They said, they wrote like, I lost my entire work that day. Exactly, me too. I had almost lost the opportunity to not apply to or lose the chance to apply on time to the $25,000 grant for our utmost important work on cancer organization. And you're talking about $20? And guess what? Then they say, we will send you, they just not put this in our accounts. Of course not. Listen, we will send you a text message, and then with that text message, you will log into your account, and then you will request it. Excuse me? And then somebody wrote that, I saw the news article, somebody wrote as a comment there, and they quote this inside of the news article saying, they do it so because they knew half of the people will not be even bother doing it. It's too complicated. And that's their game. Because if they would, why, and they ask, why wouldn't you just give it automatically? To give it automatically means hundreds of millions of dollars, right? But if they do it this way, the how of the people will not bother doing it, and they will save hundreds of millions or tens of millions of dollars. Unreal, guys, unreal. The greed is unreal. And now, this morning received that text message, this long text message. We let you down. Here's our $20 as a thank you, as a sorry, and click on this link. And I was so stupid, I never click on these links, but and they announced it to the entire world that they will send out a text message. Go figure. Like, what? Oh, guys, this is insane. Like, in this day and age where all the fraud is at the top level, you don't announce to the entire world that you will send a text message to click on the link and that goes into whatever. Are you insane? And I stupidly clicked on the link, and it was the Verizon page saying your account name and password. Log into your account. I clicked off immediately because we had that problem. I almost was this close to get hacked into to our cancer organization by fraudulent people who identically copied Facebook page. It looked identical. Like, even to my eye, tech savvy person, it was identical. I'm telling you. It looked, the fonts, the colors, the style, everything was the same. The HTML that goes in there, the CSS, I mean, it's insane how much effort these people put in this. So that page could have been identical to Verizon. How do I know? Now, also, I cannot access my Verizon account for the last 2 years. 2 years. And they still couldn't fix it, and I still cannot log in or get into my account. I have absolutely no chance to log into my account because it's blocked or it doesn't do anything. It goes in circles and circles and doesn't do anything for 2 years. Now, I said, okay, let me call them, okay? And I called, and the first thing that I heard, guys, this is insane. You know, in the past, it would say to you, and this is your training, okay? And we'll talk more about these trainings in my Responsible AI channel, okay? Upcoming. Stay tuned. It says, usually a phone says, this call is being monitored for quality and training purposes, right? Good. Now, what they are saying, and this is the first time I heard this, and I wrote it there because this will be my training to you guys, my education, okay? This call will be monitored and recorded for quality systems training, not personal training, systems training, meaning AI, okay? And personalization. That's your hint. AI, full stop. And we will talk in my new channel about personalization, what that means. This is so dangerous. This is so dangerous. So basically, they will, without your consent, okay? I have no consent, no opt-in or opt-out. Automatically, they feed AI with your voice, with your data, your first name, last name, phone number, address, whatever the heck, into the AI. This is just unreal, okay? Unreal. So now AI has your voice because there is no click one to be connected to whatever. It's just, is this your phone number? What a blah, 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 blah phone number? If it's yes, if it's correct, press 1. If it's not, press 2. That's not. They are waiting for you to say it. Do you understand this? They wait for you to say it. There is no press the 1 button. option. This is insane. This is insane, and it is personalization. So basically, I don't want to go into that, but this is very, very critical. And this means they had 100% AI tech problems, systems problems that led to this. Because as I said, I am almost 15 years a customer of these companies, or more than a decade a customer of this company. I have never, ever seen anything like this, ever. Full stop. Was the best company of all. Never down, never nothing. It's really unreal. This is 100% AI related matter. Messed the system up. So I want to hear what your thoughts are. I want to hear your experience. Have you had those experiences? Share with me in the comments. And I want to know, because let's collect these information so that we can actually raise our voice. This is the time to raise our voice, to share, to call your representative. This is why I do these education videos, to make you aware and explain to you the tech behind of it. Thankfully, as a tech person. So it is so insane how they think. Actually, the people are so dumb. And no, I mean, not with me. You can't play that game with me, okay? You can play this with many people. Even I'm telling you, on LinkedIn, there are these professors, and they are now want to be influencers, sharing AI stuff. I'm telling you, they live under the rock. They live under the planet. I don't know where they are living, but this is not the day-to-day reality. And I'm sharing with you the day-to-day reality you need to be aware of. Again, Robinhood, Fidelity Investments, PayPal, Verizon, HostGator, and Square. Don't even get me started with HostGator, and especially Square. Unreal. Like, this is actually unreal. Surreal. I mean, what's happening with Square is surreal, okay? So if you have anything to do with any of these companies, literally write complaint letters to BBB, write complaint letters to FTC, write emails to your representatives, your senators. It's just so important that we speak up, and these companies must be held accountable. This is unreal, like what they're doing with our data, with our information. They block our lives. They literally are withholding my money, my hard-earned money, and I cannot access to that. I do not give any of my biometric data, because you are not the federal government. Full stop. This is so insane that they are actually, that this AI systems flag you out of nowhere and literally block your life. And the humans are so incompetent to do something about it, to override what mistake the AI did, because they think AI is above them and they have no power. Hence what PayPal said and what Robinhood is doing, okay? And so this is absolutely a critical way to understand. They have no clue about any technology, how it works. And this is so important that we stay on top of this and let them also know on the phone, if you have them on phone, that you know, now you have this video, say that you are aware what they are doing and that you are not playing this game. okay? And report. We must do reporting, and take your time and report this, please. This is so critical. And again, as I said, these companies are bailed out companies that contracting customer service to other countries, and most likely they are unsafe countries. It's cheap labor, cheap money that they're giving these contractors while you are on the line. Your life is on the line. Never let this happen. And if anything like this happened to you, I want to know. Let me know in the comments. Like this video, hype this video, share this video, comment down below. I want to know. Let's discuss this in the comments, and spread the word, spread this video. You need to inform, and I haven't seen anyone talking about this. I can't even believe even the tech people are not talking about this. This is insane to me. How are they not seeing this? This is in our day-to-day lives, full stop. And unfortunately, one person has even became a murderer just because of these AI systems. Let me know in the comments. I send you so much love, and I will see you in our Sunday empowerment. Of course, will be published on Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern, but I want you to download and get your notebook, your workbook, so that you can work with me on week 3 in the workbook. See you soon. Take care.